on getting passed down through magazine and magazine. People just keep doing them, and I keep watching people do them. And really what it comes down to is you're not treating your body the way it functions when you run. In the process, a lot of times we're hurting our back a lot. So the top 3 stretches that I absolutely hate. Number 1, the biggest offender, everyone does it. They do one of 2 things. They like to stretch their hamstring, so they stand to the side and they just reach for their toes. And essentially what they're doing there is they're just placing their back in lumbar flexion. If we're going to stretch our hamstring, we want to stretch our hamstring. We don't want to stretch our low back in the process. When it comes down to it, most of us have a lumbar spine or a low back that is too stretched out to begin with. So now you're going and you're stretching it out more. We lose our stability here as we sit and we continue to degenerate our back at a rapid rate. And with that forward flexion, we do this a ton of times throughout the day when we sit, when we bend, when we lift. So why would you want to go and just completely continue doing that and destroying your back? So we just see everyone reaching for their toes. You sit on the ground and you reach for your toes, and it's all coming through the lumbar spine. If I ask most runners to come in and ask them to touch their toes, they say sure. They go down, they reach all the way down, they come back up. And a lot of times they never even have a posterior pelvic shift or anything through their hips. They're just all lumbar spine and they reach for the ground. Stretching the hamstrings is a little bit different. You can find the right stretch on our website at RunSmartOnline.com, but it comes down to locking your low back out and coming forward. Truthfully, this is how far I can go, and I'm getting locked up in my hamstrings right now because I took my low back out of it. I used my hips. If I want to get any more range of motion, I have to reach through my lumbar spine. So for the love of God, just stop reaching for your toes. Find the stretch on our website so you can focus in on the hamstrings without having to stretch your low back in the process. Stretch number 2 that I hate. I don't even know how this came about and why it's happening, but people love to stretch their IT band. First of all, the IT band isn't very elastic. It's a thick fibrous band running from which is called your greater trochanter, and it runs down. It's an extension of your glute muscle. It's an extension of what we call the TFL muscle up top. But it's not really elastic anyways, but people go in and they try to stretch this, and what do? Similar to the hamstring, for whatever reason, we cross one foot over the other and we reach for our toes. I can't even begin to tell you why people do this, okay? You get a little adduction, so maybe they think you're getting IT band, but you're not. So a terrible stretch, and again, what are you doing? Great, now you're flexing your low back some more, stretching that low back out more. If you're one of those people who are a desk jockey sitting all day, you do not need to sit there and flex your back more. So please, number 2, stop stretching your IT band like this. So my third and final stretch is a group of runners that love the smell of paint, I guess, because they always are going up to the wall, jamming their foot into the wall, and smelling it. Drives me nuts, and it's something that, it's such a simple change, and I'll show you what the change is, but it's a very simple change to make that stretch a little bit more functional and loading your body the way it's designed to. When we run, our foot is fixed on the ground and our shin comes over the foot. We don't sit there and pull up on the toes when we run, except for when everyone's out there overstriding. So we want the foot to be fixed, and that's where our calf accepts load, is with our foot stationed on the ground. So for you to go up, jam your foot into the wall and start sniffing paint is really not effective. So instead, it's very simple. You come up to the wall, you put yourself in a stride position, keep your heel on the ground. It's such a simple change. I don't know why people don't do this. And then you can easily work in little planes of motion where you work your frontal plane. You can work a little bit of transverse plane there. But frontal plane, where you glide your hips side to side, is a very run-specific stretch and an easy change. So again, no more sniffing paint. Get yourself in a stride position and stretch that calf out. Are you looking to become a stronger, faster, and more well-rounded runner? Then jump on over to RunSmartOnline.com and take our 10-day free challenge. Try our run-specific, time-saving, and easy-access videos that let you get stronger from anywhere, whether it be at work, home, or on the road.